I honestly can't wait to see my results here. So the Duolingo English test results are finally out after around 35, 36 hours of me taking the test. So I have received the results, and now let's click on view certificate without any further ado. All right. All right, so I have scored 145 out of 160. The equivalent score in IELTS is 8.5. In TOEFL, it's 119. And as per CFR, it's C2, which we are going to discuss now. Hi, and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about English. English not as a conversational language, but the importance of English as an entrant in top universities and jobs across the globe. Now, over the time, if you're an aspirant to study abroad, or probably even in Indian universities, some of these universities, they do require English tests. What are these English tests? So today we are going to talk about types of tests, the process to take the tests. We will also do a practice, and we will also look at the universities that accept these tests. But today's session is not about all the tests in the world, although there are three major tests: TOEFL, IELTS, and Duolingo. But today we're going to talk about Duolingo. Why? Because in pandemic, what happened was that before 2020, you had to go physically to a location to take the TOEFL or IELTS, just similar to GMAT or GRE. But after the pandemic, in fact, during the pandemic, what happened was Duolingo came up with this idea that, students don't have to go anywhere. They can just be at the comfort of their, homes, and they can be in their bedroom, they can be in their living room and still take the test and get a score and apply to a university or a job of their like. So what we are going to do today is talk about this test, which is Duolingo. All right, so the first thing about Duolingo test is that it is completely online. You don't have to go anywhere. The second thing is it is equivalent to TOEFL or IELTS and CFR as well, in which we are going to cover later in this video. The third thing is there are close to 1,000 universities across the globe that accept these tests, which is from Duolingo. To name a few, some of the universities would be Edvisory Business School, France, London School of Economics and Political Science in the UK, Imperial College London, so on and so forth. So if you can take a test today from the comfort of your home and at a cost which is probably 3 times lower than IELTS or TOEFL, why won't you go ahead and take the test? However, I have certain suggestions for you. First of all, check the list of universities and then go for this test. For example, if your university does not accept Duolingo, don't take it. Or if you speak to the university and they tell you that we do accept it, then of course you can take it. So there are 3 advantages of taking Duolingo. Number 1, accepted by 1,000 universities. Number 2, you get to know your level. And number 3, it is the cheapest by far and most accessible test available on internet. All right, so let's go about it. First of all, let's begin with the universities that accept Duolingo. Find universities. Once you click on find universities, either you can type the name of your university, and if it appears, then that means Duolingo is accepted there. The second way is you go to the filters, click on graduate or whichever program you're applying for. Let's say if you're applying for a master's program, click on graduate and then write the name of the country here. For example, I have written France. So these are the universities in France that accept Duolingo. However, you would be surprised to know that IELTS, TOEFL, or Duolingo are not required. Basically, English test is not required to study in France if you studied in English medium. So I'm going to write Scotland. All right. In United Kingdom, in Scotland, we only have one university. But if I write London, Scotland is a small country. You see, there are so many in London. Brunel, Imperial, Kingston, London School of Economics, London South Bank, New College, Queen's Mary, UCL, University of West London. Similarly, if I write USA, you have so many universities: Auburn, Jacksonville, Mobile, North Alabama, Troy. Let's see if Harvard is there or not. All right, you have Harvard Graduate School of Design, Medical School. So technically you are eligible for all the universities and all these programs you want to apply for if you have taken Duolingo. And now let's talk about the process of this test. So I'm going to let you do some practice and show how you can practice yourself for the test before taking it at your home. So first of all, you have to log in. Once you have logged in, you'll see three options: practice test, buy now, and download. Download is basically for the real test to begin, so you would have to download and then install the test on your system, then you can take it. Obviously, you would have to purchase the test for 49 USD, which is equivalent to 3,800 rupees, including taxes. Now let's practice the test. Alright, so if I click on practice, I see what the test is like. Practice takes just 15 minutes. Get an official, unofficial score estimate. Alright, so let's click on practice. It's gonna check your device. And voila, the test begins. So here's the timer is running out, and then you have to complete this part of the test within this time. So the test is select the real English words in this list, 19. All you have to do is basically just click on the real words. Ants, I have never heard, so I'm not gonna click it. Somida, no. Walks, yes. Watching, yes. Tooking, Watting, no. Wattle, no. Wait, bookcase, yes. Third, wains, waiting. Wants, answers. These are the words I could see that these are the words which I have studied in English, so I clicked on them, and I still have some time remaining. So what you can do is you can just wait for it and revise, or you can click on next. Alright, now the next part is select the real English words in this list. Again, you see the timer. You have this much of time to complete this part of the test. Click on the words, and you have to click on tick if the words are something you have heard before.
Meeting.
Yes.
Made.
Yes.
Onion.
Yes.
Chillax.
Chillax, I have never heard of it, so I'm not going to click it.
Usely.
No.
Church.
Church, yes.
Pop again.
Pop again, I've never heard it.
Candle.
Never heard it.
Bicycle.
Seems familiar. Alright, now you can click on next. Type the statement
She has great respect for her teacher.
Alright, I heard she has great respect for her teacher. Now, instead of rushing to click on the next, what I'm going to do, because I have time, what I can do is I can look at the number of replays left. I have 2 replays left, so I'm going to click it for revision.
She has great respect for her teacher.
I can do one more revision just for fun.
She has great respect for her teacher.
Alright, looks great. Put a full stop, click on next. Alright, this is reading comprehension, so you have to read the sentence and fill in the blanks accordingly. Pure oxygen can be produced in several ways. In dash. In what? Alright, so you have to click it, you have to sense it, and then you have to write the words. For example, here you can write anything. You can write nature, you can write plants. I mean, of course, you can write whatever you want, but you have to also sense if it is correct or not. So if this is talking about oxygen, I'm sure they are talking about nature, plants, produce. What do they produce? Obviously not CO2, so I'm going to write oxygen by using sunlight, carbon dioxide, dash, another gases. So if you see that you misspelled, you can just click on backspace and fill it again, and water. Alright. Oh no, I have to click it again. T-E-R. This process, okay, for me it looks like process, so I'm gonna write process, is called. So I have still close to 1.5 minutes remaining, so I'm going to do a revision. Pure oxygen can be produced in several ways, blah 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 blah, but this is for you, so you can do a revision, and before the timer runs out, click on next. Alright, now this is basically your comprehension and writing ability, so you have to look at the picture and write something about it in 1 or more sentences. So I have the timer, and you can write anything. This is a very subjective answer. So for example, I would write, a group of people seem to be going for a boat ride by the riverside. Or I would remove riverside, because obviously boat is not going to be on terrace. What else I can do? I still have 25 seconds remaining. This location seems to be a hilly area, right? So Now I have Grammarly on my laptop, so it's better that you can have, you know, some auto corrections as well. And you have 7 seconds remaining. So before the timer runs out, we have to click on next. All right. This time we have to record ourselves saying the statement below. That means they want to check your speaking abilities. You have timer and timer is running out, so I'm going to be quick. Record now. It is possible that he will pass the exam. Next. All right, now it's repeating itself. So I hope you understood what happens in the test. Click on quit. And now I'm going to show what I scored, because what I did is I took the test and I took it for my own personal, I would say, assessment. Although I don't have to apply for a university or a job, but still, I think it's a great assessment of somebody's caliber, somebody's knowledge, intellect, if you keep on taking various kind of tests, examinations in your life. So although I don't need it, I still took it because I wanted you to first of all show the process, and I also wanted to assess myself. So I'm going to show my score to you. And the last part. So the cost of this test is around $50. In Indian currency, it's around 3,800 rupees, which is probably 3 times lower than IELTS, as I already mentioned, lower than TOEFL, and it is accepted worldwide. So I recommend all of you to take this test. Take a practice test if you want to. You can take practice test as many times as you want. The second thing is, all you have to do is basically simply install the test on your computer and take it. The duration of the test is around 1 hour. However, you can it's basically 45 to 50, 60 minutes, but I took it in 30. So you can also do it in 30 to 35 minutes depending on the proficiency, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, curiosity related to English tests, different kind of tests, including Duolingo, please drop your questions in the comment section. I will be very happy to answer all of them. Thank you so much once again. Take care. God bless you.